Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise of the daily AI news cycle for you.
Exactly. There's just so much happening.
We've sifted through tech news, research blogs, podcasts, you name it.
All focused on AI.
Our goal is to pull out the really significant developments, give you some clarity, some insight without, overwhelming you.
Let's get straight into it then. What's first?
Okay, first up, agentic AI. This idea of AI systems acting more autonomously.
Yeah.
Feels like there's a real buzz around this.
Oh, definitely. You see it in the funding, like Augur securing $7 million seed funding.
Right, for predictive cybersecurity.
Exactly. And the framing there was agentic AI market heats up. It's not just detection anymore. It's AI taking initiative, predicting, acting.
And it's not just security. Infinitus launched voice AI agents specifically for healthcare.
Yeah, and the key thing they highlighted was their hallucination-free architecture.
That caught my eye too. I mean, in healthcare, you absolutely need that reliability, right?
Precisely. For patient interactions, for provider workflows, trust is paramount. So focusing on that non-hallucination aspect is, well, essential. It suggests they're really grounding the AI.
We also heard, I think it was Vikram Chennai on a podcast, talking about using agentic approaches for AI data engineering itself.
Right. It's kind of recursive, isn't it? Using AI agents to build and manage the data pipelines that feed other AI.
Sort of AI building its own infrastructure.
Basically, yeah. Towards more automation in the whole AI development process.
And speaking of infrastructure, this Model Context Protocol, MCP, keeps popping up.
The idea is to create a standard way for these agents to connect to external tools like databases or APIs.
Anthropic's involvement seems pretty significant.
It does lend it weight. Think of it like a common language or maybe an adapter, so agents aren't isolated. It pushes towards interoperability.
And apparently someone built a simple MCP agent with just like 50 lines of code.
Yeah, I saw that blog post. It really highlights accessibility. It means this isn't just theory in big labs. Developers can actually start playing with these agent concepts relatively easily.
Which ties into that Microsoft prediction, doesn't it? The idea that we might all end up managing AI employees in these frontier firms.
It's a bold vision for sure. Makes you think about how jobs and, well, companies themselves might change. Managing AI teammates.
Yeah.
That's a whole different skill set.
And even now, we're seeing market dynamics. Windsurf cut the price for its coding agents.
Right. That signals competition is already kicking in. As more players enter the agentic space, pricing becomes a lever. It puts pressure on everyone else.
Okay, let's shift gears. Segment 2. Large language models,
Yeah.
LLMs. Still advancing at breakneck speed and maybe becoming a bit more accessible.
Absolutely relentless. You've got Baidu upgrading its ERNIE models, and they're specifically mentioning ultra-low pricing.
Directly competing with DeepSeek and OpenAI, it sounds like.
Really, more competition usually means better prices and more options for users, which is generally good.
And OpenAI itself just updated ChatGPT, a more intuitive GPT-4o, they say.
And they also made that deep research feature available to free users.
With limits, though, right?
Yeah, with limitations, but still, it gives more people a taste of those advanced capabilities, democratizing access, essentially.
Meanwhile, Google's pushing AI deeper into search. AI overviews are apparently being used by over 1.5 billion users a month now.
That scale is just massive. It shows how central AI is becoming to just finding information online. Though, there's been some discussion around the accuracy of those overviews sometimes.
True. And behind the scenes, the research continues, right? Scaling models, better retrieval, more fine-tuning.
Those are the main levers, yeah. Making models bigger, making them better at pulling in relevant external info, and specializing them for specific jobs. It's a constant improvement cycle.
I saw a paper on something called the Forgetting Transformer, FOX, aimed at handling really long contexts better.
Yes. Long context is a big challenge. How does the model keep track of information from way back at the beginning of a long document or chat? Fox is one approach, exploring new ways to manage the model's memory or attention over those long sequences. Could be important.
And on the accessibility front again, there was a tutorial showing how to build an LLM app locally on a laptop using DeepSeek.
That's huge. It means you don't necessarily need massive cloud computing resources anymore for certain tasks. It lowers the barrier to entry significantly for developers wanting to build things.
We're also seeing more examples of fine-tuning for very specific tasks, like predicting rental values.
Right. Taking a general model and training it further on a very specific data set to get really good at one niche thing, it shows their adaptability beyond just general chat.
And all this relies heavily on getting the prompts right. Prompt engineering seems like it's becoming a real discipline.
Definitely. Iterative prompt management, strategies like precision framing, contextual layering. It's moving beyond just simple functions. It's about guiding the LLM effectively to get the best possible output. It's a skill in itself.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Industry dynamics, geopolitical stuff.
Yeah.
These things are really shaping the AI landscape, too.
Oh, absolutely. AI doesn't exist in a vacuum. You've got legal battles, talent issues, international competition.
Like the Ziff Davis lawsuit against OpenAI.
Yeah, overtraining ChatGPT on their articles. That's a big one. Really gets to the heart of AI and copyright tensions with media companies.
Could set a major precedent, couldn't it, depending on how it goes?
It really could. It might define the rules for using web content to train these massive models going forward. Very important case to watch.
Then there's that report about an OpenAI researcher worked on GPT 4.5 apparently being denied a green card.
That touches on the whole talent pipeline issue. Attracting and keeping top AI researchers is critical for innovation. Immigration policies can definitely impact that.
And internationally, Xi Jinping is pushing China to focus hard on homegrown chips and software.
Right. A clear signal about aiming for technological self-reliance in AI, reducing dependence on foreign tech, especially given current global tensions.
Counterpoint to that, Reid Hoffman warned that U.S. tariffs and potential spending cuts could actually slow down America's AI lead.
It highlights how policy choices, trade, funding for research can have real consequences for national competitiveness in AI. It's all interconnected.
We're also still hearing about the AI chip shortage, right? Demand is just off the chart.
It's ongoing. A mix of soaring demand, complex supply chains, maybe some geopolitical factors too. It's a bottleneck for training and deploying the biggest models.
So TSMC is planning these absolutely enormous AI chips in response.
Yeah, pushing the boundaries of chip manufacturing to meet that demand for more and more compute power. It's essential for the next generation of AI.
And all that power generates heat. NVIDIA is developing liquid-cooled AI racks now.
Which makes sense. Better energy efficiency, potentially using less water too. As these systems get more powerful, managing heat and energy becomes critical for sustainability and just, well, practicality.
Interesting side note, Intel's newer AI PC chips might be facing some demand issues, maybe tariff-related, but older processors are apparently doing okay.
Yeah, it's a bit complex. Could be cost, could be that older chips are good enough for many current PC AI tasks, or maybe uncertainty is making people hesitate on the newest tech. Shows the market isn't always straightforward.
All right, let's shift to some cool applications and new research directions, the really cutting-edge stuff.
This is always fun, like researchers using the video game Ace Attorney to test AI reasoning.
That's brilliant. Using a game based on logic and evidence to see how well an AI can follow arguments and spot inconsistencies.
Exactly. It provides a structured, kind of quantifiable way to benchmark those reasoning skills, which are needed for so many real-world tasks.
Then there's RIME AI from Cornell. Robots learning skills from just one video.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. One-shot learning for robots. Usually they need tons of examples. If robots can learn quickly from a single demonstration, it makes them way more flexible and useful faster.
Meta AI has something called token shuffle. Sounds simple, but apparently it cuts down image tokens and transformers quite a bit.
Right. Fewer tokens means less computation, faster image processing. It's an efficiency play, basically. An elegant way to potentially speed up computer vision models.
And Agent Pay, using LLM agents to simulate users for A/B testing.
Interesting idea. Instead of waiting for thousands of real users, you use AI agents to quickly simulate how users might react to different website designs or features. Could really speed up optimization cycles.
Skywork AI also made progress in multimodal reasoning with their R1V2 model.
Multimodal is key understanding information from different sources, like text and images together. Skyworks using hybrid reinforcement learning, pushing towards AI that can handle more complex mixed inputs like we do.
And of course, the ongoing use of generative AI in drug discovery.
Always important to mention, AI helping design potential new drugs, predict their properties. It has huge potential to accelerate finding new treatments. Really promising area.
Okay, one last area we need to touch on. Ethical concerns and potential misuse.
Crucial topic. Anthropic reported finding alarming emerging trends in how their model, Claude, was being misused.
Like what kind of things?
Things like generating malware, pushing political agendas, creating spam. It highlights the ongoing challenge of ensuring these powerful tools are used responsibly.
There was also concern raised by some researchers about the concentration of power in just a few secretive AI companies, how that might impact society.
Yeah, the idea that decisions made by a small number of organizations could have such widespread effects. It raises questions about transparency, accountability, and, well, the future of a free society if AI development isn't guided carefully.
And Anthropic even posed questions about AI consciousness again, didn't they? That debate isn't going away.
No, it's a fundamental question that keeps coming up as these systems get more sophisticated. Even if consciousness itself is far off or maybe impossible, it forces us to think about what intelligence really means.
So, wrapping up today's deep dive, what are the big takeaways? Rapid innovation, especially in agents and LLMs.
Definitely. Intense industry competition driving some of that.
Global factors like geopolitics and chip supply playing a huge role,
Yep. And a constant stream of new, sometimes surprising applications.
alongside those critical ethical discussions we just mentioned.
It's a lot to track. We really encourage you, the listener, to dig into any articles we touched on that caught your interest. Staying informed is key.
Absolutely. Maybe take a moment to think about how all this rapid change might impact your own work, your own life.
It prompts that bigger question, doesn't it? Where is all this heading, and what kind of future are we building with AI? Something to keep reflecting on.